everybody, and welcome back to my office. We are going to dive right in because today we're doing a whole bunch of stuff with my desk. So that was the main reason that I wanted to do anything in July, was because I wanted to deal with my desk. And so I wanted to go through things and purge things. And, you know, as I got to like the main focus of July, of this whole thing. So last year, one of the big shifts that I made is I rearranged my desk so that it was more centered around actual crafting and doing things in here. I didn't need to prep kits, or I'm not creating classes and sending out product. So it didn't make sense to have a long desk in my office. I wanted something more that worked more for creating. So my desk, if you're brand new here and you just are joining this craziness that I'm doing, my desk is made up of several IKEA pieces. So we have the two desktops that are from IKEA. And then the next thing that I have, and my office is a bit crazy. We have a blanket hanging here. We have blankets over the windows. We have like a cooler in here. Like, it's kind of a crazy mess because of the heat that's happening. So it's also a little bit dark in here, but don't mind any of that. So the desk itself has the two IKEA desktops, and then the rest of the desk is made up of Alex drawers. Now, my Alex drawers have, like I did this black and white thing on them. Normal Alex drawers are just white. So I have two here, and then I do have two over here. Right here. And that is how the desk goes together. But nothing is attached. And we also, my husband built these platforms to raise the desk up so it was higher. I like to be able to stand at times when I'm creating, and so I needed something higher than what the drawers actually were. So we kind of just put this together. We've always just kind of had it put together. Nothing has been like the base part has not been all that stable because I've moved things around so much. So what I want to do is pull all of this out. I'm going to pull all of it out, and we're going to make it more stable. So when I just moved things, when it was just me and I was like, I'm just moving things, these three spots are covered up, those cubes. I'm going to take those out. And there's not anything that I need to access. I haven't needed to access them the last year, but I'm going to clean them out and leave those spots empty. And then we're going to, the bases that the Alex drawers are sitting on are going to be screwed down. And then I'm going to situate all of this and line it up a little bit better. And then somebody had suggested last year when I was talking about the desk, had suggested that I put alien tape down, which will keep things in their place. So I'm going to do that. And then the other thing that I did is I got this other piece of furniture. I'm going to show you it right now. So this was a piece of furniture that I purchased. And because the two Alex drawers are over here, it leaves this gap right here at the end, and it wasn't stable. And you can see that there's still a little bit of a gap there. We need to raise it up a little bit more. With the wheels on it, it was too high, but with them off, it's just slightly too low. So we're going to do that today too, so that the end of the desk is stable and not without any support. So this is the piece of furniture I got. It's meant to be a kitchen island, but it just so happened that this measurement here was perfect. It was really hard to find something that was just like this measurement here would work. This measurement here would work. So I did this. I measured this and measured this and measured this. So I would rather have to try to figure out how to lift it up a little bit or add a little support to the top than it stick out. So that is why I made that decision. So it has a drawer on it. It's really sturdy. It's a really great piece of furniture. It was easy to put together. My husband put it together. I have my plates here for my Big Shot, and then I have some Big Shot pieces here. My Big Shot is here. Now, the arm to my Big Shot is off because it would not fit there with the arm. So the arm is just in here, and then I have the little screw and the piece. So when I want to use my Big Shot, I can just get it out, pop the arm back on it, and use it. Yes, that is a little bit of an inconvenience to have to do that, but honestly, I don't use my Big Shot every day, and so I don't mind having that there. It fits perfectly without the arm there. It fits perfectly, and I love being able to just tuck it away. And this will be something that will be storage that is like stuff I don't always need to access, because my grandmother's chair will still sit in front of this. So the thing that I love is this right here has all of my trimmers. It even fits my big Carl trimmer. It fits my 12 by 12 black mats, like my self-healing mats. And then all of my extra trimmers are down there. And there is a shelf that goes in here, but I did not put the shelf in there. And then it has 2 additional shelves that I will, I'm sure, find something to put there. So that is the thing that we're going to start with today. Is I'm going to pull all of this apart where we are. Yesterday and today we had a break in the heat, meaning it was only like 102 instead of 112. And so we're trying to do this today before it gets hot again, because we're expecting another like heat wave of like 5 days up above 105. So we're going to try to get this done today. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pull all of this out and then get those containers cleaned out. And then at the very end of this, I will walk you through a tour of my entire desk setup and what's in all the drawers and what I've done, how I've organized all of that. Now, I really wish that I could bring my desk down. You know, I would like to bring it down, like down 1 more cube. But the problem is that my camera is mounted on the ceiling, and I have to be able to have my desk in a way where I can film properly. So that's the thing. Like, this room is great. The space is great, like as far as like how much space I have. But there are some things that are a little bit difficult to work with. The ceilings are really high. I like my camera already set up. I don't like having to have a tripod. And so, I don't know, there's just some things that I have to work with. And then I'm trying to also decide if I would want this paper tower. Now, we're not dealing with the paper tower today. There's some things we need to do with the paper tower, but we're not dealing with that today. I'm trying to decide if I would want the paper tower over here or not. So we will see. We will see. So let's get started and let's see what we can do. All right. So at the end of the first day, I was really flustered. I have this footage, but I'm so rambly. I'm like so close to tears in the footage that I just thought I would delete the audio and do a little voiceover and add a few thoughts here. So what ended up being really hard was moving everything, just with the way the room is set up and how things are not lined up in the room, like how the room was built. It was a really weird situation. So we did end up moving the desk completely out. You will see on the floor that I have those cubes. So I cleared out 6 cubes and then moved the desk all the way over so it lines up. So now 2 full rows of cubes are covered, and there's nothing in them because I won't be able to access them. But then it shifted my desk down a little bit, which we ended up having to move my camera setup, which is difficult for my husband. It's not the funnest thing in the world to do, but he did it. I have 2 full cubes of donation stuff for the elementary school. I have some cardstock and then some things that they'll use. So when the elementary school opens back up in a couple weeks, I will get that up there. I pulled off my fabric for the back of this. Now the drawers and that piece of furniture that I got from Amazon is amazing. And I will give you a closer look of that piece of furniture in the end, but that worked out amazing. I was able to put the alien tape down so it wouldn't move. And then I'm just having to deal with the fact that it looks crooked to me. Everything is okay, and I've actually been able to film since we did this, and it is okay. it just looks very crooked to me in the room. And then right here, the space between my paper tower and the TV is definitely smaller because we also pulled the desk out a little bit. So in behind the desk where I sit, I have a lot more room now, which is really nice, but it did just shift everything over. Now, my grandmother's chair will still be perfect right there in that spot. And then you'll notice that it's hiding the cord that runs underneath all of that because I just have electric on the wall. So I have to run electric under those pieces of furniture, and then I have it sitting on the paper tower. And I also have to have the cord to charge my camera. It has to plug into my camera, which stays hanging up. I typically don't take my filming camera down from the mount. I just leave it up there and then I charge it hanging upside down. So that it was difficult to do that. And then the other thing we ended up having to adjust was the piece of furniture I got from Amazon. You can see that there's a gap right there, and I will end up talking about that towards the end of the video. It works out really well, but there was a gap there that I was like, okay, we're gonna have to figure that out. So here's my drawers on the other side. Now, for the black and white designs, I just took wrapping paper that I had some stone wrap, which is really thick wrapping paper, and I basically just Mod Podged it on the drawers as a decorative element. I think it looks really great like this, where you can see like this is my corner here, and you can see that they're all pointing towards each other and like contained in this little area. I think it's a nice little pop. I just rotated black and white. And then back here you can see that I've shifted some things around. I have a couple cubbies that are empty. I was thinking where the two blue and mint album is, I would clean that out and maybe use that as a spot for Project Life stuff. And then you can see that piece of furniture, the shelving is exposed right here, and I put my mini machine on there, which I can access and pull in and out. And the very bottom shelf is some filming equipment that I need when I do live. So it's nice to have that tucked down there where it's not something that I'm accessing constantly, but it is in reach. That was really nice. So I really love the way this came out. I'm going to put some fabric on the very bottom of those drawers to conceal those pieces that my husband built, and he made all of those sturdy. And then, like I said, on the one side that is facing the door, there is that alien tape underneath, and so it is not moving. The desk that I craft at and film at, we had a little bit more, a few more issues with it. And you can see like the tabletop at this point in this footage is nothing is secure. Like it's all just sitting up there because we were trying to figure out what to do. And then also my liner that I had on top of the desk, it tore. And so I ended up having to take all of it off. That ended up being fine. But I did have to do that, and then I was having to figure out how I was going to stabilize and make my desk not move. And then right here, I'm just pointing out that my camera was no longer in line. Once we moved everything, my camera was so far off. It was just so incredibly frustrating. And it was, it was difficult that first day, but we ended up getting it together. So we will end up working the desk out. I will bring you back and show you footage of that. What I want to show you, I'm going to dive into a little side project that I ended up doing. And that is, so here's what's left of what I needed to donate. Now, all of this I've cleared all of this out. The only thing that's left are the items that need to be donated because the elementary school is not open yet. But then here is my desk. And what I'm going to do is dive into sharing a look at my desk, what's in the desk drawers, and then I did a little bit of organization with them, and I want to share that with you as well.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to one of my craft room series for the summer. I originally was not going to focus at all on my computer desk here. Originally, it was just going to be about moving my larger desk and getting that other piece of furniture and kind of tidying up like this area. But what I realized is I did want to do a few things to this area. So this is where I do all of my computer work, this corner. I'm sure you're familiar with it. I have my bookshelf here, and then I have the desk that we put together, and then my drawers here. They're the Alex drawers, and then I don't think IKEA makes this drawer anymore, but I got all of it from IKEA with the exception of this piece here. That piece was custom made for something else. And so what I want to do, there's been a bunch of stuff that's been piled here as I've been working my way through the room, and I thought I would do a quick video today just on my desk. I'm going to tidy it up. I'm going to go through all of this stuff here and pull out all of my Stampin' Up stuff that I'm not using. Like, I had folders for like classes and clubs and like different things like that. I'm going to pull all of that out because I don't need that anymore, and just make sure that that's all functioning over here. And this corner, I'm going to put all this stuff away on the desk. I have mail that needs to go out. I mean, there is a layout that needs to be mailed out to a member from 2 months ago. So my goal is this following week to get that stuff to the mailbox. And then I have layouts that I need to finish photographing for Kayla's album. And Kayla's actually going to come down and help me with that today. And then I'm going to take you through all these drawers and tidy them up. So let's just take a quick look. All of this is printer items. So it's like tape for when I would do like packages, and then it's like label and printer paper. And I know I think there's some printer paper down here, and I'm going to move it back up to here. And then here is my cards. So this is how I have my handmade card organization. These drawers here, I am also going to tidy, but they're just desk items. So I just need to go in and clean these up. I need to update some of my Post-it notes. I have some coming that I ordered. That's tax stuff. And then there's some drawers down here that just have some things that need to be thrown out and gone through. So that's all desk area stuff. And then here I have, this is my top drawer of washi. It's in rainbow order. That's how this washi goes. This row here to about here is all Erin Condren washi tape. And then this is my rainbow journaling washi tape that I have a lot of on hand because I use it all the time. And then down here is my Planner Kate washi. So all of these two rows here are all Planner Kate washi. And then there's my neutral washi. And then if I have multiples, like I have this camera washi from Illustrated Faith that I use quite a bit, and then my glitter washi. So I need to tidy that up because I have a little bit of washi that needs to be put away. Then I have two drawers for my Cricut stuff. So this is mats and stuff, and then I just added this drawer with other Cricut stuff. And then these are still packaging stuff. Clear bags. So this used to be all my shipping stuff. So every single one of these drawers were clear bags and packaging for shipping. And as I have dwindled that down, it's like I've emptied drawers out, and now it's like I'm down to 2 drawers with that packaging stuff, which is so nice. So I'm going to tidy all of this up. Down here has some in that this thing here, it has some packaging for mail and stuff as well. So I'm going to go through that, and we're just going to tidy this up. Do this, tidy it up, put things where they need to go, throw things away that need to be thrown out. And then I will give you a look at the end of this full corner. So I did all of the stuff on the top of the desk. I cleaned all of that out. Now I don't have anything left from when I was doing Stampin' Up as a full-time, classes, goal sheets, club stuff. It's all gone. The only thing I have up there is my Stampin' Up catalog, which I'll probably always have one up there. And then I have my desk stuff. There's definitely some things up there that need to be taken care of. There's some memory cards that I need to transfer photos onto my computer. I haven't been down here a lot on my desktop because it's been so hot. So there's a couple things that like just need to happen with my computer situation. But otherwise, everything is cleaned out, cleaned off, cleaned out, cleaned up, dusted, wiped down, whole thing. And then there is the mail that needs to go out this week, and then all of the containers that I ended up pulling out from the drawers, which I will show you. I have my collapsible table that sits right there. We use that all over the place. We actually have 2 of them. My son took the original one I had. I got that at Walmart for $35. It is a more narrow collapsible table. It's not like the big giant ones, and it folds up. And he actually put one in his room, which his room is really tiny, so he could film his stop motion and his YouTube stuff, because he does that. And then I ended up purchasing another one, and it just fits down there. We use it in the living room in the summertime if I want to craft up there, or I use it down here for stuff. I have a few of the medium flat rate postal boxes just because sometimes those come in handy. I want to keep a few on hand, but the rest of them I've taken back to the post office. In here was literally just printer paper and boxes for shipping. The boxes are still down there because I'm not sure what to do with them, and then I moved some of my printer paper up here. So still here I have my printer items, printer paper, and my tape. And then let's just start right here. So I just took everything out, I cleaned all the containers, and I basically just redistributed things in a better way. I don't know what it is about these drawers here at my desk. It's like I can never find a way that like is organized enough for me or looks nice enough. I'm probably pretty close here, but you can see I just have desk stuff, calculator, pens. I went through and got rid of. Does anybody else in their house have drawers that just have tons of different pens in them from years of collecting pens? Not even collecting pens because you love pens. Like, I have pens all over this place, but I mean like just ballpoint pens that just, you know, you get one from a business or you buy a box of them, or I don't know. I just went through and I was like, I don't need 900 RSVP pens. Like, let me just get rid of some of these. So I did that, which is nice. Then I just have like my lipstick, lip gloss, a couple cough drops, a hair tie, you know, cuticle oil. I have some Benadryl in here because I just always keep it in my desk. Maybe it comes from years of working and like out in the real world and having Benadryl at my desk because I have allergic reactions. Then I have, I cleaned up my sticky notes. I have some more coming, so that's probably what will be. There'll probably be a second row of sticky notes here, but then those are just like regular Post-it notes. And then these are specialty, like these are translucent. These are like Erin Condren, like different shape ones. There's some small ones there, some small ones here, some customer thank you stickers. I have a extra Magic Mouse right there, and then my label maker goes here, but I have it out right now. And then nothing here. This is just tax stuff, and I cleaned that drawer up. And then this drawer, I literally have hardly anything in here, so that's super nice. It's just some random things, some letter size envelopes, some post-bound pieces that I got because I was doing something, an extra light bulb for my my wax warmer. These were clear block awards, but I used to display them, but no need to do that anymore. And then down here is just cords. My keyboard that you plug in, an extra camera. These are my Stampin' Up! Ribbons. I don't know what to do with them. I don't know. I'm on the verge of throwing them away. But then that's it. That's all I did. Here is just the washi tape. I put my extra EC washi tape down here on the bottom. Yeah, so that's it. And then 2 Cricut drawers, and then nothing else happened there. So the desk is nice and cleaned up. I can put away those extra containers. I wiped everything down, dusted everything. That feels great. I have a ton of trash that needs to go out from here. But this side of my office is totally done. It didn't take very long at all.
So that was a small side adventure that we did. So it feels good. My desk is all put together, and literally that whole side of my room now is complete. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you behind my desk a day or so later, and then we're going to start putting together the top of my desk, and then I'm going to give you a full view of what ended up happening after we got everything back together with my desk. Okay, I am back. It's another day later, at least. My office is a little bit brighter because we were able to take the makeshift survival kits out of the, out of our house. And so I have my windows back. All over here in the chair is trash. So I just have to take that out. Let's take a look at what I've done. Everything is stabilized. We have one thing left to do here and to move my camera, but we have to wait a couple days until my husband's off of work to do that. But I cleaned everything up. I cleaned up all back here. I steamed the floors. I hung up the fabric. So that's another tip that I have. I try to share like tips that I use or tricks that I use for different areas in like saving money or making things stretch. And one of the things that I love doing is buying curtains, like you get the longest panel curtains that you can. You usually get 2 panels and you can find them for like $25, $30. And then I just use that everywhere. So like this was one set of curtains. So it came with 2 panels. So I trimmed it off and just sewed the bottom to make a valance. And then I used the rest for that window and then the rest for that window. And then I've used some of it around my room. Like over here, to enclose this bookcase, a really cheap way to do that is to just use fabric. And all I did was use fabric adhesive, double-sided fabric adhesive. For a long time, that's how this was up. But then I just did some thumb taps into, that's what we call them in our house, is thumb taps. One of the kids said that when they were real little. But I just hot glued some buttons, or you can like use super glue and do buttons over the flat thumb tap, and then it just pushes into this part really easy. And so I have fabric there. And then the other thing that you can do is use sheets. So this was a sheet set. It was a flat sheet, and it was given to me. This set of sheets was given to me. And I don't like white sheets. And so, but the white and black worked perfect in my office. So I took that flat sheet. I've used it here on the back just to conceal. Now the back looked better than it did, honestly, before we moved everything, because now that piece of furniture is there. But I still added the fabric there just to make it a little bit cleaner. And then same thing right here. I've added some more of that leftover curtain fabric that I had just on that end to conceal that. No, it's just a Alex drawer. It's just the side of an Alex drawer. But the other thing I had thought about doing was running my cords behind there. I don't think that I'm going to do that, honestly. I think it's fine. And then there's more of that fabric there. And then there's more of that fabric there. And behind that are just 2 of these boxes stacked. So it sort of works as like storage that I don't necessarily need to get to all the time. And then I just added that fabric there to conceal it. I mean, even though it's just black, these black containers stacked, it still looks fine. I just wanted a little, a little something. So that's another thing that I do. And you can get sheets pretty inexpensive, and you can just get flat sheets. You can just get them in color. So if you don't want a pattern, you can just get a solid color. And then also the rest of that flat sheet is right there. So you see, I used that flat sheet in several different places in my office. And I think it looks great. And so that is a tip that I have. So I did that on the bottom there to conceal that instead of doing trim. And then I did some down here below. So back here looks really great. My desktop looks great. I had some footage of all of my setup. Okay, I am getting ready to put this part of my desk back together, and this is where I like to put all of my Project Life stuff that I'm currently working with. So everything for my family album is here on my desk. And I struggled for a long time to find something that was divided that would fit like 4x6 cards. And I finally found these. They came in a pack of 2, again, on Amazon. Always my Amazon store is linked in the comments below. And it's organized over there like organizational items, adhesive, my favorite planner items. Like, it's very easy to navigate. And this would be in the organizational section. And this is actually for like bras or socks or underwear for like a drawer like in your bedroom. And I got it for something totally different. And I wasn't sure about, because these are just fabric, right? So the dividers are not sturdy. Now this, the outside is really sturdy. There's these little pieces that pop in here to make it really sturdy, which I really like. So all I did was I just created dividers with chipboard. And I have the washi tape on the top so that I can very easily distinguish between my dividers. And then this is what I have, all of my Ali Edwards stories by the month. I just pop them in there. And because that's what I'm currently using, I'm a little bit behind in that I'm still working on April. So I just pop in the other months in here. And then when I get done with this, like if I'm done with all of February, then I'll put it away in my storage that is up here, that is by the month, right? So then I won't have to worry about that. Or if I have chipboard pieces, I can add them to my chipboard organization. But for now, where I'm like using things, and you can see I have a few things sticking up to remember to use them. I have the vellum in here. I also have my Avery Index tab pieces. And so this is really inexpensive. These were not all that expensive. They came in a 2-pack. And then you can even see, like, these are my current photos. Like this is May and this is June. And then this, I think, are graduation photos. So I even have that. And I have photos back here that are divided up a couple different ways for different things. I use these plastic containers in there, or like even like different pieces of memorabilia that I want to get into my album. So it all fits in there really nice, and they don't take up a lot of space. The other thing that I get that I use over here, it's not necessarily meant for this, but this is a glass shelf, and I have several under my computer. That's what these are for. They're to raise your desktop computer up. And I have the long one, and then I have a short one over on my desk for my iMac. But I got an extra one here, and I love that I can put stuff up on here, and then this usually sits on the top. But if I wanted to, this could go on the bottom if I had like another tray. And this is just from a tin. This is like, we got a tin of candy for Christmas, and I kept the tin, and this is the top of it. So you could even get like a glass, like they have acrylic ones that are like this. And then like these are from the dollar store. And then this, I think, was even from the dollar store. And this is just a little dish. So you can see that I have those things in here of current stuff I'm working on. And like, that's where I keep my Avery Index tabs. So you could have one sitting below it and one above it. And this one usually sits like this right next to it, like so. But then I have space for something underneath, or for my album, anything like that I can put here, and I have that space, which is super nice. So if I'm, if I have some pattern paper or something that I'm working with and I need a place to set it, there's still room on my desk to set it. So I really like these two items, and I'll link them in my description below in case you're looking for either one of those pieces. But again, my Amazon store is linked in the comments or in the description always, and I keep things really well organized over there for you guys to be able to find them in case you're looking for something specific. So, and then down here, I'm gonna leave this basket, and I have some just random memory keeping things. Like this is the packaging for a couple of the kits that I wanted to keep because I wanted to do something with it. So I'm gonna keep that basket there, and then these albums here, and then I still have this open. This is all of my like enamel dots and jewels, and then this is open, and it usually has a thing of paper towels. It has my ATG gun, and and it usually has a thing of like Clorox wipes is usually what I keep right there. So still have a little bit of space to be able to put some things there. Over there, I got a small order in from Stampin' Up. It was the Close to My Heart release for July. So I got this and this one, and then I just have some 12 by 12 cardstock and then some paper, some pattern paper. So I have that there. I also have a few new things that I've gotten over here that are stacked. I just got to get it all together. So now down here, I have a few things. This is all donation stuff for the school. Once the elementary school office opens up, I will donate all of that stuff to the elementary school. I made another drawer for Cricut stuff. So here's my mats and a few pieces of like transfer and some vinyl. And then down here, I have like my extra blades and extra Cricut cords and some extra Cricut stuff. I probably need to go through that and like tidy it up because I do have a few other Cricut. All right, I want to dive in and do a final look at my office and wrap up the summer craft room series. My office is in pretty good shape. So let me take you right over here. So one of the things we did is we put a screen door on my door here that leads out of the house. That's going to be really nice. We're still really deep in the middle of the really severe heat. We're getting ready to get a little break from it. And we've been wanting to put a screen door on here for a while, but it will help for in the evening time when it does cool down, when we're not in the middle of a heat wave, to be able to open up my office down here. So that's fantastic. I'm so glad we did that. This is what's left, that bag, and that is donation stuff. I will donate that to the elementary school. And then this is those containers that were back here. I was able to fold them up. That box is full of pattern paper. Yep, full of pattern paper. I really would like to sell that. I had a box a while back and I sold it for like $50 online, and it was really nice to get it out of here. So I just need to do that. But that is what's left. So that's really awesome from everything that I pulled out here. My desk is together. It's really nice. Nothing's changed since my last update for this. I am really, really happy with this piece of furniture. I was not sure if I would be happy with it, like if it was going to be perfect, but it has turned out to be perfection. I love it. It's put together so well. I would totally get several of these to put in here. If I was doing this office again, I would get some items like this to put in here instead of just my drawer system. Because I think they're really, really nice. The other thing that I did that I mentioned earlier in the video is we did stabilize this. So there's a little bit of gap right here, and we stabilized it in the back, and then we left that little gap because you can see my cords run under it. So that was really nice that worked out too, but everything is now stabilized. So there's just wood in the back part of this, and we didn't attach it in any way so that if I ever want to move this out again, then the surface of this piece of furniture will be fine. And then my grandmother's chair is there. I really like having that there. And then you can see, this is what I meant. My camera is currently plugged in and charging. Everything on this side of the room is completely done. I still have layouts from Kayla's album that I need to photograph and mail that needs to go out. I told you guys I'm horrible about getting the mail. We haven't even checked our mail in a week and a half. We don't get mail at our house. We have to go to the post office, and I haven't even gone. It's just been too hot. And then none of this, I didn't do anything with this. I had done that last year. Again, nothing under my TV. All of that was good, but you guys saw that I cleaned up all of this area. Everything still needs to be labeled. That's probably what I will do over the next couple weeks. I just have not wanted to be down here for any length of time, but all of this now is cleaned up and put away. And up here, I have old photos, and I might move those old photos to that dead storage that is under here. I had thought that would be a really great place to keep those old photos that eventually I want to go through, get rid of duplicates, that kind of thing. And then I would be able to put other things up here if I wanted to. But again, I will do that like when it's cooler, maybe in the fall, or if I need that space right there, then I will do that. It might be a great place for other albums, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. But anyways, that's another time when it's cooler. And then I did all of this area. My album wall looks great. I've even cleaned up a little bit more. Since that album video, I am going to use that chevron album for Kayla's layouts from her first year that I'm keeping. I have a spot that's open, which is so nice. Nothing needed to happen on my where I keep all my stamps over there. We did move my camera. So over up here, we moved my camera. I was really thankful that my husband was able to do that. Andrew has some stuff right there because he sits down here. And then here is my rolling cart, which this has all of my stuff that I use when I'm crafting. I just pull it right over here. It has my adhesive and my ribbon scissors, and it has extra adhesive down here and my blending brushes. And I just pull all of that right there when I am working or crafting or anything. Over here, nothing really changed here. You can see the cord that's running my electric. It's not a big deal. I can tape that down if I need to. Again, you know, a couple of those details I can always do. And then my filming stuff for when I do lives and different things. Up here on my desk, you saw footage of that. And now this is kind of just piled here. It's new product I need to put away. My family album and personal album stuff. Here is a project that I just recently did. Here for our family album for July. And then over here, this is open. I have some space, which is really nice. I also up here cleaned up all of my markers. In here, I now have my neutral writer markers that don't have a spot. And then I made all of this my neutral section. So it's like my browns and tans for both my Copic and Stampin' Up! Markers. And then this is my Copic markers. I just have a small handful. I went through and tested all of them, and there were some that I needed to get rid of. So I tossed those. I'm not a big coloring fan. I know you can refill Copics, but I'm not even going to mess with it. And then I filtered in the new ink colors into my blends. This will eventually dwindle because I have no plans on keeping current with these markers, or once they dry up, and I don't have any plans of replacing them. I don't color enough to do that. So eventually this whole section will probably end up getting reworked as these dwindle and dry out and I don't replace them. But I cleaned them up for now and filtered in the new ones that I had, which is really nice. I scooted this over, so I have a little spot here, and I'm considering putting my circle punches, because I do use my circle punches a lot, and I'm considering putting my circle punches there. This is just product that needs to be put away. I made some cards a couple months ago with that. And then this is just all of my stamps here. So that is the way that everything shook out for my July craft room move. My desk is still crooked. It's a little hard to tell on camera, but it's going to drive me crazy probably for the rest of my life, but everything's stable. And most important, my camera is fixed and I can film. I've already filmed once in here with it and it looks really great. My lights are great. So this ended up turning out really great. Everything's dusted and I'm ready for fall, you guys. This month has been brutal. I have never experienced a summer like this, and it has been really difficult. And I am so glad that we are headed into another season, and hopefully this break in our heat will last, because it's been really hard. So thank you guys for coming along on this craft room adventure this month. I hope you enjoyed it. I will be back in August with normal content. So I will be back with my Family Projects Life album, and I have a lot of fun things planned for that. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. Let me know if you have any questions, and I will catch you in my next video.